Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
yes, sir.
all right, guys.
Yes, sir. Welcome everybody to another episode of Black Star Reflections podcast. Today, of course, with me here is Cyril, as always, and we've got Jorge.
Yeah.
Jorge is a very instrumental person.
Yeah.
And he's a well-traveled human person that we know.
Yeah.
I've known him a couple of days, just over a week. And obviously Cyril on the other hand has known him for years.
Yeah, for the past 3+ years I've had the pleasure of knowing Jorge. Awesome guy, and I'd like to say, thank you once again for coming onto our little podcast, It's something that excites us a lot doing this, and then the fact that you're here to share this experience with us, it's exciting. So thank you for coming on.
And welcome.
Yeah,
thank
welcome.
You. Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll of course we'll give you the platform to introduce yourself to the viewers. Who is Jorge?
My name is Jorge. Yeah. AKA George.
Oh, I love it.
For people,
George.
For the English speakers out there.
For the English speakers, yes.
Yeah. George or Jorge or Georgie in Japanese or in German, whatever. People call me George since I was kid because it's
easier, is it?
From Jorge to George. I'm from Peru, so some people might know that. Because people get confused, they always confuse me that I'm from Nepal or from another area.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Because of the look.
Anyway, so Peru is Southern America, isn't it?
Yeah, Peru is located on the west side of America. So it's next to Brazil. It's one of the biggest country.
Wow.
Yeah, in South America.
What's the population like? Estimated population for Peru?
Right now is on 3.8.
3.8 million.
Yeah. Wow. It's gonna reach 4, I think.
Wow.
Interesting.
So that's a controlled population then.
Yeah, they like to do babies, huh? It's a poor country, but these days, like to do babies.
Because whenever I heard of Peru, is to be fair, I knew Peru as a country because I love geography, and I sort of like get to figure out where every country is and their flags and all of that. When you do like this trivia and all of that. So I know about Peru, but I know very little. Aside from them being a South American country and also the color of their flag and that kind of stuff. And the most recent thing I heard about Peru was Peruvian hair, because my missus, for some reason, loves the hair wigs, the wigs that they produce. By the way, anyway, that's just by the way. So
you're right. We're gonna go into this later.
We're gonna jump into that.
Because when we met, I have my long hair until my baby.
He did.
And it was like proper hair.
Wow. Yeah,
so that's why Peruvian hair is really well known now for it's really rich material here for wigs.
So there you go.
He did have like really long hair, and then randomly this guy goes on holiday, comes back, and then the hair's gone. It's like, bro, what happened?
Did you donate that to charity, or did you sell it?
I sell it.
I'm sure you made $500 minimum for that. That's good to have you on. Good to have you on. It's a pleasure. But of course, for me and for the viewers, and even for Cyril, because I'm sure it's not everything you know about. Of course,
not everything.
Tell us a bit more about how you got here, because you said you were born in Peru. You're coming from Peru. So how did you get to the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, where do I start? Let's start from the beginning. From baby George. I was born in Peru. I lived there for 16 years. And after I moved to Spain, and after I did my exchange program in Italy for 6-7 months, and after I decided to move to UK. Let's go by parts. Okay.
Brilliant.
I like it.
So at what time did you move to Spain?
When I was 16, we finished high school.
Okay. All right. So tell us the first 16 years of your life.
Good question. Good question. My life is like a movie, I always said. My life is like a movie. So I'm going to walk you through. From when I was 1 year and 9 months, my parents decided to leave me Not abandon me.
Okay.
Sounds horrible.
Sounds horrible.
So let me talk because it sounds sad for so many people. Sounds like depressed. Oh wow, really? Your parents left you, abandoned you?
Yeah.
So
bless you.
Exactly. Let me walk you through.
They go bless you.
Yeah, exactly. So my parents decided to leave for me.
Yeah.
Because they wanted financially to be better, also for me as well, to have a future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what parents do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're from or where you come from. Parents they will take a bullet for you
absolutely.
to progress, to evolve.
Yeah,
Give you
that head start.
Exactly. So that's what parents did. They have good jobs in Peru, but on the 90s, Peru was really corrupted, even until now.
Yeah.
But it was terrorism. It was terrorists there. So my parents decided, oh wow, we have a kid now, so
we need to do better.
We need to do something. We need to better. So in the family, always you have a family or relative somewhere in the world, In this case, was
the life of every immigrant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have an aunt who was living in Madrid. My parents, they contact me like, oh, wow, you can come here to work.
Crack on.
Exactly. On the 90s, it was okay to move around because it was not that difficult like nowadays with all the immigration,
with all the
paperwork.
Restrictions.
Exactly. So my parents, on that time, I think you're only... So my parents, they got married in order to travel like a couple.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will not travel.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So... sort of like a honeymoon-ish immigrant, without papers. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? So when you say they got married, was that like the legal marriage, like into the court system?
Yeah.
But before then, they had some kind of traditional union. Was there some kind of
Yeah.
Because I feel like with our culture as well from Ghana, we got the traditional institution of marriage. And then there's the legal one as well. And then people like to do the church, or, if you're a Muslim, you do what you're supposed to do. But I just wanted to get an understanding of that. Cool.
They've been living together for a while. They know each other for a while, so. So they decided, so the legal was, you need to have like your bank account with cash, all the paperwork, passports, be married.
Yeah.
So, and that's how they decided to move to Spain. Of course, they were illegal, some dark side happened there. Like every immigrant have a story, they took all my money. They took all my money. I was sleeping on the bench. That's a story from my parents. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So otherwise, we're gonna go really long.
Yeah, it's gonna extend. We'll love to listen to that anyway at some point.
And so they leave me to live with my grandmother from my mom's side. Which was like a ghetto area. Okay. And after I moved from the age of 10 and a half, 11 to move to my grandma from my father's side, who is like a middle class, let's say.
Right. Okay.
And after the age of 16, I moved to Spain to live with my parents for the first time in my life.
All right.
Tough, but
that's a journey right there.
It is.
So basically, you lived with two grandmas before you got to Spain.
Correct.
So the first one was your mom's mom.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So how was that experience? If you, in a nutshell, was that like that was from 1 year 9 months, as you said before, up until when?
11.
Yeah. So how was that experience at that time? How was that like?
I would say it was the happy times because as a kid growing up, I didn't know how much cost that. For example,
long as you have some food to eat,
exactly.
And drink and,
they give me all the love, the good and the bad love, and it was. They give me all the best, I would say. They give me especially the love for a kid growing up, So I know it was a rough area, For example, the water truck was coming like twice a week, and you have to carry the buckets. I was saying before, I met hot water when I was 12, I think, the first time, because we never have boiler.
12 years old.
Yeah, because we cook by charcoal or by wood.
You need to boil it on the traditional logs and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly.
And to be fair, I think personally, I don't know about. I'm sure even
similar experience.
Back home, like, man, you probably have to take the jars and stuff.
Yeah,
go get the water,
buckets,
come back
or the gallons. The yellow
gallons. Yeah.
You remember these big buckets of oil?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Exactly.
That's the one, bro.
You see,
we converted that.
Exactly. Or the gallon of gasoline. You remember?
Yeah, you convert all of that.
That is proper recycling, like OG recycling.
Those I think those who were producing those oils were thinking, yeah, we just need something to keep the oil in, but we buy the oil and think, that's gonna be my water can in the next 5 years. So that's really good. So that was the first experience. And then what about from then when you moved to your other grandma?
So my other grandma, it was high school time. I moved to private school now. Nice shoes, nice clothes.
Drippy. She was dripping you.
Yeah. And it was just her and me. I learned a lot from them. Even if it was difficult as a man growing up, because when you're growing alone, you as a man is difficult. Because you don't have guidance of a father figure. But my grandma did both jobs, and she was my best friend, let's say, she was, because I was telling all my secrets, etc.
Yeah.
And she was always me.
Shouts to grandma.
Shouts to grandma,
wherever
she is.
Yeah. All the kudos to you. You kept all the Jorge secrets, girlfriends, and all of that.
Exactly. But I can share something with you for a nice line that she told me. Well, a couple of them, but she was like, be the best at what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're cleaning dishes.
Okay.
And the other one was, your own feet will take you around the world, And the last one was, eat now because you don't know what you're gonna eat tomorrow.
Wow.
That's the last I can tell you.
That's a proper proverb right there, man.
Yeah.
That's insightful as well.
In your countries as well.
No, but I love that.
There's a few of them.
I love that. That's, I think, the importance of having, even if it's not like your parents, but someone there that cares for you that much and is going to transfer that knowledge to you, is going to show you that love.
Yeah.
And then you carry pieces of them in your memory, even when they're not around.
Correct.
So that's beautiful.
Absolutely.
That is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's the beauty of life, And it was difficult for her and also for me, But I think they both did a great job.
Yeah.
And also, what I'm telling people is be teachable. Don't be afraid to learn, to experience. Because sometimes we think, I'm right. You're not perfect. You're not always right.
Of course,
you might be stubborn. So just be teachable. And learn. Yeah.
That's really good. I mean, you talk about proverbs, and I was gonna go down a rabbit hole, but I thought maybe I'll wait for later.
Let's
because
do that
if you speak about proverbs, then I try to go biblical a bit, but then
I love that. I think probably we can keep that for another episode. We can talk about because my high school was for priests.
Oh,
really? Private.
Man, I kid you not. Look, we've had Henry here on another episodes before where he wanted to be a priest.
He wanted to be a priest.
Shouts to Henry. Shouts to you, Henry.
Yeah.
And then eventually he diverted into IT.
Oh, there you go.
So
he's literally done the same thing.
It's a similar situation.
I think it's like religious and scientific. They don't, because, I mean, nothing against to the people from my high school. We were like obligated or brainwashed. Well, so every Sunday we need to go to church. Monday to Friday, in the morning we have to pray. And there is like a May, I think, a season. We have to pray at midday, which is the Angelus.
Well, the Angelus,
So
Catholic.
I don't know anything about that. I'm lost. I'm lost.
So imagine reading the Bible for 6 years, every like Monday to Friday on Sundays, the Bible and the Angelus at midday.
As someone that is, I was born and raised Catholic. I'm still Catholic. Probably not the most devout Catholic. I'm but I can't imagine someone that wasn't born into that faith having to go through all of that.
Just because they're associated by
Just
school.
because, that's a bit that is rough.
Yeah, nothing against religion. Religion.
No, absolutely.
I'm agnostic. My parents, South American is really well known as Catholic. Devout. But there is a lot of fake people who, they only remember God when someone is in the hospital. Or when they need money.
I know. Majority of people. Anyway, so when you came into Spain, could you tell us a bit more what you did? So obviously, I'm sure this is the first time you've seen your dad and mom in a long time, and you've arrived in Madrid. Were they still in Madrid at the time?
It was Bilbao, north, which is the north of Spain. Not typical Spanish city. It's more like, I will say, European, cold, next to the seaside. I was culture shock. I was 16 years old. I was culture shock because I'm the Latino. So I was like, let's go to the club.
Let's go. Let's have some
and some girls, they were like,
who's this guy? Where did he come from?
Yeah, exactly. And that was when all this reggaeton music arrived to Spain. It was the boom. And I was coming too. But it was a culture shock. Good that I met some good friends in Bilbao. Until now, we're still good friends.
That's awesome.
And I learned a lot from them. They learned as well from me because they opened like, oh wow, you're a Latino immigrant, so it was different. Also, where I was living, it was like a rich area. Not because my parents are rich. My parents were working for a rich house. And so, it was, I remember when I was commuting, I was the only cartoon box color or beige, same, everybody was white. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I was like,
what am I doing?
Where I am. People looking to me, So it was with my parents. It was difficult at the beginning because at the age of 16 you're almost a man. I've been through good and bad stuff as well, lives, etc. It was difficult times. I regret few things that I told them, but I think they needed to listen. From my end.
That's life. That's life.
But after when I finished college, you are, you grow up more and you and realize, oh wow, because it was the first time living with them, so it's like you see all the pain they went through.
Absolutely.
To
get you there, it's not even it's not even a walk in the park.
Exactly. So that's why I always said, don't blame your parents for who you are. Don't blame your parents because it was different times, different society, different financial, it was different mentality for them as well because they are the generation of just work. I don't worry about your emotions, just work.
Absolutely.
But now our generation is different because we have access to communication, we have access to our emotions, we have access to many things, good or bad. But we take, we learn
bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces.
So at what time, what year did you arrive in Spain, if I may ask?
2007.
2007.
March.
So that was the, what I always call that era, because when Apple introduced the iPhone 3,
I remember that.
That era to me is that's where everything shut off, technology, the tablets, the phones, all of these things sort of set off from that point, isn't it? So when you got there, and obviously, like you said, you had a culture shock, and that was based on the lifestyle of the people there. What about studying? Was it entirely different from what you had done in Peru all along?
Yeah, it was different because the system of the education is different. So I went through academy to level up, to be on the same level like the Spanish people.
But you still spoke Spanish back in...
Spanish is the same Spanish. So just few slangs and few different things, but it's Spanish. I went to the academy, to be level up, to learn, to get, because maths were different. In Spain was like a bit higher, let's say, and so when the academy, I did exam for uni as well, and then I decided to go private. Of course, my parents made that. And I did study administration and finance for a few years, and after when I finish my studies, nearly to finish, they did say, "Oh, well, I did my exchange program to Italy." That's how I end living in Italy for 6 months. I'll tell you a funny story. So to do the exchange program, you need to have a good level of English, at least. So my English was horrible at that time. It was like A1, let's say. And like maybe 2 weeks before, they're like, "Oh, your English is horrible because your exam was, your level of English is really bad. So you need to have at least B1 to send another country." So they were like, "Well, you can go to Italy." I was like, "Okay."
It's weird though that, wait, so the English requirement was for the exchange program in general?
In Europe, yeah.
In Europe?
Yeah.
Whether or not you're going to an English-speaking country or not.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? It's like, who cares about...
I'm going to German, I'm going to say "Wie geht's?" Why am I going to learn English? you need to learn German to go into German.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a bit awkward.
That's interesting.
I guess that's because English is the general language that you can communicate with someone.
I guess so, yeah. I guess.
So which city in Italy did you go?
I went to Palermo, to Sicily.
Palermo.
And I did...
Sicily, that's south, isn't it?
Yeah, south. I did a fast track Italian course for 2 weeks.
So you speak Italian?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That's really good, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the Italians, man. They're too them, man. Even the men are too sexy. The grass, yeah. What do they say?
It's the flavor.
Is that flavor? They always speak with their hands. It's like,
They do the hand
and then, man, give me some spaghetti and bolognese, please. See, mi amigo, see.
Oh, man.
I don't even know if that's Spanish or Italian. I don't know. But then again, so how was your experience in Palermo? How was that?
It was great. I met people from around Europe, from Spain, from America as well. I met people from around the globe. It was a great time, 6-7 months. Change program, you know what I mean? Change program, you don't do nothing.
Really?
Hang out, go to the seaside.
Just chill, just...
enjoy the time while you're there.
Sounds like it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
By the looks of it, he doesn't want to go too deep.
No secret.
What happens in Sicily stays in Sicily.
Yeah,
that's right.
But you didn't do any mafia stuff though.
No. I've seen some, but no.
Yeah.
I've seen some.
That's good. So you came back. You returned to Spain, yeah?
Yeah. So I returned to Spain, and I told my parents, so I met the guy from Spain as well. He's like, what's now? That's the big question happens to you. The big question happens to you.
Yeah.
What should I do with my life now?
Exactly. After this, what am I going to do?
What am I going to do? What's next? So that's because I've been traveling a lot. For example, my first time that I traveled alone with a backpack or took a plane, it was when I was 12, 13 years old. So my parents decided, you can come to visit us. I was 12. I was like, okay. That was the first time I took a plane.
On a plane.
Yeah.
Oh, so once you were in Peru, you were visiting Spain?
One time, yeah. Only
one time.
Yeah,
Okay.
They
were like, come have a look, see how you live here, and then go back.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So my parents, they were really mature, looking for me for future. They didn't care about their feelings or where they be. They're like, we want to give you the best. That's why I admire of them. That's why I knowledge of my parents.
Yeah.
That they always see through. They want to see the future. Now they're retired. They're like,
chill.
Yeah.
Now they're like, we give you everything. Now you need to give us it back. Like what? We need the babies now. Oh my god! Great news. That's
another topic.
That's another topic.
The babies, but
that's why I'm telling you before. Like, they're blessed because. Well, sorry to go around.
No, go for it. Go for it. We'll bring you back in.
We are similar age generation. I have traveled the world. Visit a lot. I met people from around the globe, even from Siberia.
Yeah.
So I can travel, speak a few languages. I can travel different this different society of life. I can study a few things as well. I'm saying, like, don't compare to another person. Because everybody is making their own way. Everybody is rewriting their own history. So now, for example, I'm 35. I travel, I have this and that. I tick all the boxes. I tick all the boxes. And therefore, they are playing a song with the crocodiles and the sharks. All these tick the boxes. I'm happy, yes, of the full experience and full of that. But for why, but nobody can give me the other side, you know, like you
something
kids.
more that you for.
For example, you have 2 kids, you have
I have 3.
You have 3 kids as well, you know. So and now it's like I'm tired. No, it's not. I'm tired now.
Traveling.
I'm probably. So it's like what I'm saying before. Like from the age of 20 to 30, you need to experience. You know, like get knowledge. You know, like be curious. You need to be curious. You know, make mistakes because that is gonna build you up for the next stage of life, which is from 30 to 40. It's like, oh, now I have base. Let's build it up. You know, like a Lego. You know, and when 40,
a good point.
For 40, that's when you produce. When you see the producing, it's like, oh, 40, okay. You know, like
start to bring the money now.
And because I have some friends, and they're like my same age, and like, oh, but I have a car, I have a house, I have this, I have that. It's like, but and they're like, oh, but you don't have nothing. I was like, yeah, but I can die tomorrow. But I have all that.
So, it all boils down to how you're socialized, isn't it? Because if you have that point of mind that, look, I can die tomorrow, so I need to spend all my money in my account today.
Exactly.
That's one mindset of living life. That's a path that you choose. However, somebody else is thinking, I'm going to live to 80, so I need to think differently.
So I like that, though. The idea that we're going to go tiny short rabbit.
Go for it.
But the idea, because not many people are comfortable with thinking about their own mortality. Like the fact that you could die tomorrow, a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. I think it takes a certain type of person to live your life and to have that in the back of your mind and say, look, I might be gone tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You know, and try and live each day like it's the last one. It's like a cliche, but truly there's so many people that have that kind of mindset, and I admire people that have that sort of mindset.
It's always a good mindset to have, and I think
it's really
even if you don't have that 365 days in a year, and you get that maybe 10 days out of the 365 days, it could take you somewhere.
Correct.
Because believe it or not, you can't. I feel personally that I cannot live every day considering my mortality. If I do that, I'm gonna live a different lifestyle from what I'm living.
I know what you mean.
So what I do normally is that I'll live thinking, okay, I'm probably gonna live to 85 or 90, whatever. I don't want to get to 100. I don't want to be horrible and miserable.
Same here, bro. Same.
But there's a section of me that thinks that, and there's a section of me that thinks, well, my mate died last year. I could die as well next year.
So same with me.
So what do I get for me to feel a bit fulfilled, just in case I do die next year? You know. So then I go in and get something, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got it. And it makes me feel good about myself that I accomplished this. I've done it. It's done. Now I can think about living to 80 again, and it's like a cycle, and it's just an issue of how you tweak it.
You need to have that balance.
You need to have a balance. Because otherwise, then it's just.
I like that. I have bills to pay, but at the same time,
man,
you know, I need to live my life.
To live the life. So that's really good. Really good.
Yeah, you need to live. I always say you need to live the fullest that you can. You know, like be full. And also live full as well, you know. I'm not saying go and do drugs and do bad stuff, you know. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Maybe.
Everybody have experienced stuff, you know? So, but don't do it. What I'm saying is like the trip, let's say, the destination is not the end. You know, it's the journey that you get there. Because on that journey, that's where who you are and how you learn who you are, because you learn yourself. You know, I always said, I always, in my case, or what I learned through my journey is like, fix yourself, be yourself. You know, and the rest 3 is like, find peace first. Once you find peace with your demons, or just train them to be your best trigger, because you will need some point. So that, and after once you find peace, you will find happiness, and you will find money and love, and that's it. That's my way of thinking. You know, because if you having, I'm not saying you have to be in control. Well, you know a little bit, but once you fix all that as a man, also for a woman as well, because you know everybody has traumas, everybody has things, you know.
Yeah.
As long as you fix first yourself.
And there are so many, there are so many women as well that are living and making decisions on a day-to-day by themselves.
Exactly. It's difficult.
And that's not just because they found themselves in that situation, but also they chose to be in that situation.
Yeah.
So whatever advice you're given, it goes for women.
It goes the same. Yeah, because I think
as well.
Culturally we're in a different space.
It's in a different. Some people just decide, I don't need to be with someone.
And you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It doesn't have to be.
But yeah, I mean,
have a voice. I always tell the ladies, have a voice. If you're thinking that it's not good for you, just have a voice.
Of course. So like we said, we'll take you back to where we were, because for us, we never forget where we were before.
Yeah, good.
So you've done Sicily, you've done Palermo, you thought, what am I going to do with my life now?
Yes.
You go back to Spain.
Yeah.
You met with your dad and mom again. I'm back from Sicily. I can speak a bit of Italian, and my English is better and all of that. What did you do after that then?
This is one of the proudest moments, I would say, for my father.
Okay.
Because it's like, today I need to collect my certificate. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, for me, I was like, okay. I went with my father, blah, blah. But you understand, when you see your father like, wow, I pay all of these now, I'm proud of these. Like he was like almost tears, like, wow,
that's coming. Yeah.
And after, I tell him like maybe 3 days later, because as I told you before, I met a guy from Spain in my exchange time, and I was like, I have a cousin or a sister who works as a babysitter in London. Never crossed to me London on my brain,
Yeah.
And that was when not even Google Maps exists on that time. That was 2010, I think it was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And even if it did, it wasn't this good.
Exactly.
Good.
And I was like, she works as a babysitter, maybe you can go there, or, and I was like, wow, London. And, London, I was like, these rock band musics, movies, etc. I was like, And I remember, because my English was horrible, I was like,
how am I going to survive there? Oh,
exactly.
I can learn.
Maybe, exactly. Because I was always positive, always the eager to learn. And I always say, okay, or yes. And I decided by myself, looking information. Recruitment agent, they were like recruiting for kitchen porters, waiters, etc. in Thames. Thames is just
Thames, not too far off.
So I applied, I went to the agency, and they say, you need to do your video CV. I was like, well,
video CV
on that time, you need to record yourself and send this video to the company. I was like, right. For me, it was difficult, I'm sure repeating myself.
I'm sure you went. You went and wrote all of that on paper first before you put it behind the camera. Like, my name is
exactly. That's what I did.
For someone who knows speak English, obviously.
I put a post-it, with my name is Jorge, blah blah blah. I went through. They were happy. I got a job to be a kitchen porter in Thames, in a nice famous restaurant. And I told my parents, like, I'm leaving. They were, what? Like, I was
living
thinking,
you live in Bilbao, Atletico Bilbao.
Exactly. I was 20 years old. Yeah. They were like,
oh, you were 20?
The age
That's
was
young, man.
Yeah, I was 20 years old, and they're like, what? You're leaving? Yeah. My mom was always okay. My father was like more like, well, you're gonna suffer. What happened to you? Something wrong happened. Blah blah. I was like, nah, I'm really fine, because I was like, I'm ready now to take the war.
Is that not the point when the parents will normally be like, I paid all these fees?
Exactly. Do you know you're gonna be a kitchen porter?
You're gonna wanna go and be
by that point, you were pretty much like, you experienced so much growing up in Peru and then coming. Because for even someone like myself or yourself, when we first emigrated as an adult, but you did that when you were 16.
Yeah.
So you already have that resilience that you built. You've gone through that stage where you're like, should I be here? Should I not be here? And then this time you're choosing to do it again by choice. And so it's nothing new to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it was my choice. I think because I was ready to take the war.
Yeah.
I have that eager. I have that.
Let's
do
do
it.
energy.
You know, I have the energy, and I was like, no more studies. I was like, it's about to go down.
Let's go.
It's about to go down. You know, you're 20 years old.
I'm old now, man. Nobody can tell me what to do.
Exactly.
And considering that you like you said it yourself, like you did the first 11 years of your life in a ghetto where you never had hot water.
Exactly.
And you were fetching your own.
Yeah.
You can be a kitchen porter. It's nothing.
What else?
It's luxury at that point, isn't it?
But let me tell you something, because I was living with my parents. I was, how can I say, like numb, just going to study, because my mom was cooking, doing everything. So how can I explain this? They give me everything. So and not having even cooking nothing, and so but when I moved to UK the first time to be kitchen porter, it's a difficult job.
It is hard. It's demanding.
It's the most hard work. Cleaning and kitchen porter is the hardest job that you can do. And at the beginning I suffered. The first 2 weeks I was like, I'm doing here. Fucking sake.
In the beginning I suffered.
My father was like, maybe you can come back. My mom was like, it was always my biggest stone,
go for it.
You'll be fine.
No pain, no gain.
Exactly.
You'll be fine. And after I was like, but because I have this always a rebel on me, I was like, if you do that weight, I will do 5 kilos more.
Wow.
I have that mentality always since I was,
that's deep.
When I was a kid, or someone punched me, it's like, punch me more. I have that craziness, on me. I
feel no pain.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, if you're gonna punch me twice, I have that on me, So, and that click again, because it was off for like a study time because I have everything, And after I remember I was wiping the floor, and I remember one of the managers like, we're gonna close, and you're still wiping the floor. I was like, yeah, don't worry, just gonna and from that day I decided, okay, fuck this, I know who I am. Next day came early, bang, become more, I was there for 9 months. I'm seeing a lot of people, arriving and leaving because they couldn't support that type of job. Because it's heavy.
They haven't lived in Peru.
And I seen people from Romania, from Poland, from Portugal, from Spain. They last only 1 day, and next day gone. And because you have to, wash. I was peeling potatoes, and the guy.
Back to potatoes.
Yeah,
potatoes, man.
Potato, follow me.
Full circle.
Yeah, it was. I learned. I'm thankful to that place, especially to the people who I work with, because the head chef was sort of from the army.
All right. So that's
I think I needed that in life. I ordered, because I was always like, boo, passing around.
And then they will teach you discipline, because it's the army, isn't it?
Exactly.
He's got that experience.
So he was really sharp. He was good and bad, and the bad at the same time, But when you were good, he was like, I got a expensive ribeye piece of meat. Like, I got this for George. Nobody take it. This is for George. Bah, boom, like a dog.
That's
awesome. For George. And then was the second chef. This is for George. I earned my gallows, and it was. I learned a lot from working in the kitchen, because it make me stronger to go deep with my demons as well, like to be better, and after 9 months I was like, okay, now I have cash. What should I do now? And they were like, no, you can stay, we can pay you, but it was long hours. I remember
how many hours were you?
It was like shifts? 10 hours, 10, 12 hours.
And this is like 2011, 12, 11?
It was October 2010 until July 2011.
Wow. So let's get the picture painted. So basically you've come into London, into Team. And you didn't speak so good English at this point when you came in. You didn't know what to expect. You've come in, you've done that job for 9 months.
And they want me to stay.
Your English sounds better now, I guess. At that point, yeah.
It's
But you don't work with an ex-army chef and not speak the English. He will drill you.
Yeah.
So basically, your English got better. You got enough money, like you said. Like you thinking, I've got some money now. What am I gonna do? And then you're looking at what can I do next.
So I think probably happens to you as well. To you when you were young. When you start getting money, you get corrupted. You know what I mean?
Bro, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Because when you're young and you start getting good money, you get corrupted so easily. Let me. So I got good money. I think I saved like 10K or something like that. Ooh. Yeah, 9 months because I was working, and that time was good. Yeah, I saved 10K. I remember. Yeah. So I went back to Spain. I lost weight. I was on 90 kilos and I was on 74, 75.
Wow.
I was fit.
Kitchen porter will
I was fit,
Yeah.
And my parents were like, you okay? I was like,
yeah. Thinking back, my son, look at him.
So, but because I was responsible with finance.
Yeah.
I was, you have nice shoes, okay, but okay. But I always have that this is from my grandmother. So they told me the financial
side of things.
Yeah, you have to be responsible, because not many people know how they're responsible with the finance, Anyway, so I saved the money, blah, blah. And after like one day when I was living in Tame, there was a guy like, oh, maybe you should improve your English, There is Oxford nearby. Oxford? I was like, what? I always...
How am I going to get there?
Oxford. And I was like, maybe you should explore because I have that eager to explore. Yeah. That's when it comes the traveling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get a ticket. You go to Oxford. I walk around. I was like, oh wow, I like it.
Yeah.
We click. It's like the city. I mean, we click. I was like, oh, that should be my base.
This is where I belong.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like a nice click. I was like, okay. So I went back to Spain with the cash and I decided, I need to invest on myself. What I need to do? Well, improve my English. So I pay actually 6 months English school in Oxford.
Yeah.
Wow. And after we did, what was left, me and my friend was like, let's go a Euro trip.
Oh, fab. You're speaking my language,
Yeah, so Euro trip. So we traveled the East, a couple of countries. We went to Ibiza as well. I remember we went to Ibiza.
Be specific with the countries, because we will go deeper into your traveling. So which countries did you go?
So I can give you the full list. At that time, I think we went to Czech Republic, Hungary, Estonia.
Estonia. Okay.
Because they're nearby. Yeah.
So for the viewers that are listening, Jorge has been to so many countries.
Yeah.
How many countries in total?
34.
34 countries. So Jorge has been to 34, and that's excluding Peru. So we always say 35. I always have 35 in the back of my brain.
Yeah.
So for me, this is somebody we want to be listening to when it comes to picking up his ideas and whilst he was traveling and what he experienced and encounters and see what we can learn from. Of course, basically. Okay, so you did Czech Republic, Hungary, and Estonia. You said, okay. How was that experience? And this was with your friend?
Yeah, with my friends from Spain. Yeah.
A few friends or
few friends? Yeah, we're like 4 or 5 in total.
Okay.
Similar age. Where when you go to these countries, you see the good stuff and the nights as well,
Yeah.
And we have a good trip, especially boys, only 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Single, going to the clubs and drinking and visiting around. So, we did some nasty stuff as well.
It's lit. How long?
I will not go in detail.
How long was this? Was it like a few weeks? Was
2
it
weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, because
that's a lot. That's a long
lot can happen in 2 weeks.
And then I'm sure you came back and the money was gone.
A little bit, but as I told you before, I was always my grandmother told me how to save this. So I'm not tight, it's just I'm responsible.
How to just smart with it.
So
okay. Good.
So after I moved to Oxford on August 2011. Yeah.
And you never left.
I never left. I wanted to leave.
So like you said, there was this connection when you got to Oxford.
Correct.
And you felt it from the first day, when you visited.
Yeah.
And you felt like this is where I belong.
Yeah. I feel that sensation. because it was summertime when I visit. A lot of people moving around. In summer, people moving
are
around.
always.
You see international
busy in the summer.
Yeah, you see international. You see people of colors. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not new here, and I like it. We click. So
So how many years then? So that this is like 2011 we're talking. So you've lived in Oxford how many
14
years? 14 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you've lived in Oxford for most of your life. Most of your UK life.
Most of your UK life.
Yeah.
Because hang on. Because he spent
just a year
16
a few
years
months
in Peru.
Yeah, 16 in Peru.
So I'd say
4 in Spain.
Most of my life is in
and now
yeah,
most
so you
of your
spent
life is
a
in
huge
Europe. Okay. This is why I feel like most of his conscious life. Because when you are 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you're not really
you don't.
So Peru is
that's true.
That's why I count Peru as an additional country for you. Okay, so you moved in Oxford, you did your English, you settled. What job were you doing at this point? Were you doing kitchen pottery?
What did you do after?
What did you do after?
I did a few jobs, good and bad. So my first job was waiter. Oh, that's another funny story. So I joined. So I paid the school, the English school, and the accommodation. Well, yeah, and after it was like, oh, now I need to go somewhere. I will always. I'm hyperactive, by the way. I was diagnosed with ADHD by the age of 8. That's another beautiful story that I tell you another time.
Before you carry on, I wanna mention something here. When we got Jorge on when he agreed to come on the show, we were like, after our conversation, we're like, I think there's so many layers we can dig into, because I feel like this is not a conversation for one sitting. So we're gonna split this into 2 episodes.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many layers we need to dig deep into. And I dare say we might not just 2 episodes. I think we might
get him again on.
Get you again.
Happy to discuss.
We'll sneak him in there.
Yeah. Happy to talk any topic.
Just so you guys know, this is half of the conversation. It's gonna be in one episode. There's gonna be another episode. So follow along. Those of you that haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, make sure you share, because we're now getting into the meat of it. And we're like barely halfway there. So
absolutely. So we're talking about, what were we even delving into right now? We're talking about when you got into Oxford and obviously what next job you picked up on.
So I was joined to a company. They doing catering. I was a waiter for famous people. I'll tell you the story of that.
Did you say famous people? Okay.
Let's see the story. So I will not display the name of the company.
Absolutely not. Yes.
Because you have to do security checks and stuff. So what happened is they looking for young guys to do catering. I was a waiter.
Yeah.
So I went there and passed the checks, and one of the checks was to give you a list of famous people. But for me, it was my first month in Oxford.
How are you gonna know?
I don't know famous people, singers and stuff like that. The only I know was like maybe Rambo, Sylvester Stallone, and Bruce Willis.
I'll be back.
All right,
go. Yeah.
So I don't know. That, and that's how I got the job, because they were like, "Oh, you don't know famous people?"
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm just here for the cash.
Give me the money.
You're hired. So they train me, how to open champagne, wine, catering, forks, knife, big tables, stuff like that.
How to pour wine
exactly,
the right way, and all of that.
Open it, all the stuff, and remember one time I was, David Cameron.
Yeah.
He wasn't even prime minister then, or was he?
Was he? He was.
Yeah.
Okay. 2011.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. He was. Yeah.
So I remember because he was really top catering. The nails needs to be cut sharp. Sharp.
So there are requirements for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
man, that's deep. Hold on. So basically,
mini rabbit hole.
I have to go there, man. So basically, the clients that's coming have preferences.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for us, so we have like a manager, and they check your nails, like no beard, you like gel, everything.
Yeah.
For that event, David Cameron was there. I remember we have to put our phones and our wallets on a safety box. The dog was passing by to smell it or something. Yeah.
Whoa.
And you can see the bodyguards and stuff.
Yeah.
It was in Castle.
Man,
I will display the area.
Well, you see, when my legs are shaking like this, it means I have 50 questions. But so basically, you did actually see the security detail and everybody else.
Yeah.
For Prime Minister.
And we go our clothes because every event have different. They require today all black, all white.
Wow.
Depends, and so we have. So there is the table, and that was I recognize him, because you have we work like a clock when you serve the table.
Yeah, you go like a clock. Like a clock.
And you serve it.
Interesting.
Always from the left side, and I saw him. He looked at me. I was like, hi.
Try not to shame yourself.
I'm so very keen to know so with the security detail bits, where you checked for bombs and knives and stuff like that, like arms and stuff like that, before you go in your own place of work.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. So you arrive to the place. There is the security checks. Sometimes they have the airport. Sometimes they have.
So you go to
through sometimes no.
Checkpoint.
Normally it's the dog. They check you.
So on the day that David Cameron was there, you actually went through that.
Yeah. Went through like this
metal detector
in one line. In one line, all the waiters
wow.
On the dog as well.
Wow.
Fantastic, man. I mean, it gets you to that MI6 kind of vibe,
I tell you another one, famous. This one I can display. I went to another famous wedding on Blenheim Palace.
Blenheim.
So that was I don't know them. It's a famous the Saturdays is a group of singer girls. It's a UK.
It's a group.
The Saturdays, I think.
Put some pictures up.
Definitely on there for everybody to see.
One of the singers got married to Marvin, the GLS, like a boy band as well. Right. Blenheim Palace. Yeah, I've seen Ollie Myers, famous people. I was with the champagne.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I was like,
I don't even listen to your song anyway. I don't know you, but you say you're famous, so you have a drink. Yeah, you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's a really good experience to have. I mean, not many immigrants come in and within a year or two get to meet the Prime Minister.
Yeah, to have that sort of exposure.
Yeah, that sort of exposure.
That's really interesting.
Do you think that experience? Of course, you're a waiter, but do you think that sort of shoots you to think if I'm a waiter and I can get to see the Prime Minister, then what can I do if I move forward with my life in terms of career progression, obviously? Because if you're a waiter and you got to see the Prime Minister and you've been here 2 years at that time, and you're thinking, maybe if I do something else, then I can get to, there's more opportunities out there for me, that kind of stuff.
I was not mature enough at that time. I was just only here.
You're just chilling for the money.
Yeah, I was just money because I already paid the course for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was just working, as a waiter. It was my sort of extra income. Sometimes maybe cleaner, but most of the time I was waiter.
At the same time you were doing your English course.
Exactly.
Right.
So because my goal was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on learning English and maybe I go back to Spain, find a job. On administrative or bank or whatever, So that was
So you still had a plan in place.
So your plan though ultimately was to return to Spain. And be like a bilingual. So that would be your advantage.
Yeah, because at that time English was required most of the jobs. Now, but at that time was like, you have English in your.
Come on in.
Exactly. And so my goal was like, stay here for 6 months, learn English, come back.
Okay. But so what happened after 6 months?
After 6 months,
because you're still here, so clearly something must have happened.
14 years.
14 years later.
So I finished the waiter job.
You need to put 14 years later on that.
Honestly. So I talk too much. Sorry,
No, go for it.
It's a good conversation. Yeah.
Let's do this part, and then we'll wrap up the first half, first episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Half of the conversation, and then we'll jump into the next one. Yeah.
So really quick on that. So I finished the English school. I finished the went to job as well, and because I was always social, like, hey, how you doing? Blah blah. I left my phone to the reception girl on that time if there is any jobs, coming around, and that happened. I did a job around that, but I will not display that. But not good. No, I will not display that. Apart from that, for only 2 weeks. That's when I was broke with only £20 in my pocket. Yeah, I was broke. Anyway, so this girl called me 2-3 weeks later. Like, oh, Jorge, we opened a coffee shop in school. So you want to be, a waiter or run the coffee? I was like, okay. And said, okay, come to the school, have an interview with the director, we'll see. So I went to have an interview with the director, he liked it, he knew who I was anyway because, I was in school. So yeah, and the coffee shop was this size, I would say. Yeah. Like nothing. Nothing.
Really
I have to paint, we brought the coffee machine, the soft drink machine.
The setup of the
place.
It wasn't as if it was set up for you to just come in and work. It was just come in and let's do it together.
Exactly. So, and that's how it started. So, in that school I was for 9 years. In education, work for 9 years. That's when we that gonna open another door as well because I'm a Spanish teacher. So, so on the I work in English school for 9 years. So I started as coffee shop manager. Well, I started as a coffee shop guy. Let's say a waiter, a barista. Let's say. Yeah, and after you become the coffee shop manager, and after the director. That's what I'm always saying. Be nice with everybody because when you are nice, that sometimes gonna open good doors.
Yeah, absolutely, that's a good point.
Be polite and nice. Yes. Be polite and nice. It doesn't matter if people are horrible to you. Still
just be nice to them.
So that director the school opened a new job for facilities officer. No idea of that. And the director's like, "Do you want to apply for that job?" I was like. Because they're gonna make it public, you need to make it public. Yeah. And I was like, and I saw I don't do maintenance.
I don't do this.
I don't do maintenance, painting, plumbing, carpentry. I don't do that stuff. Now it's fine. If you join it, we send you to the courses to train you.
No, that's cool.
I was like, all right then, give it to me. And apply. They knew me already because they know I was a hard worker. So.
But just not to cut what you're saying, but basically you did see the list of things that you were meant to do, and you thought, oh, I don't do painting, I don't do this, I don't do that. Yeah, but you had done it though. You just didn't realize.
Yeah.
You were maintaining the coffee machine.
You'd actually,
You painted the shop.
Yeah.
But you thought, well, we were just doing it.
It's just another thing,
But the director will see that from a different point of view.
Exactly. Well, he's off business. I'm going to save money here. Yeah. but I always, as I told before, be teachable. Have that eager to learn. So, this director sent me to courses with the Gurkhas in... let me tell you.
What?
My life is like a movie. So what happened?
They sent you to what? They sent you to
Gurkhas. With the Gurkhas. Wait, let me tell you. So this is what happened. There is Kent. There is a school. They do painting courses, training, painting, carpenter, all these type of courses, plumbing, etc. for people who were in the army and they want to join the society.
All right.
I made a couple of Gurkhas there. It was interesting,
Wow. But the Gurkhas, because of how they've sort of cemented themselves into the history of British history. Definitely, we need to go deep into that.
At some point.
Yeah. On that note, join the next episode, and then we'll still be sitting.
Let's jump into.
We'll still be sitting with Jorge here. There's so much we can get from him, and we're looking forward to get so much as well. Actually, from him.
Yeah, we're not going to give everything out in one episode, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Like, and then look out for the next episode.
Absolutely. Catch you in the next one.
Catch you on the next one, guys. Then. Thank you.